This is a completely brilliant place, isn't it? Do you remember the Hovis advert from about 25 or 30 years ago with the baker's boy on his bike belting down the hill? This is where they filmed it. Now, a place like this has a naturally occurring kind of a depth because of the walls on either side. We've got the building here and we've got this ancient retaining wall over on this side, and they are in themselves creating a sense of depth. But places like this are pretty rare. Even standing in the middle, let's line up a shot and see what it looks like. Here we go. You can see there's still a sense of depth going on, but you can enhance that even in a place like this by adding some foreground. If I wander over here by this wall and use this brickwork here and these windows and look down the side of the stonework as the cottages go off around the corner, it will still enhance it. So let me just get down. I'm bending my knees and crouching. Don't be afraid to look a bit of an idiot when you're doing this, because I want my verticals to be straight, and if I bend the camera it's better to move myself and line up with the edge of the window so it's straight up and down. There we go. We've got a nice shot running off down there and it's giving it depth. But I think there's a better way of doing it, and that's to use this ancient stonework over here. And there's two reasons for that. One is the cottages are in sunshine, they're nice and bright, whereas this stone is in shade, like I am at the moment. The shot is of the cottages. So just by kind of moving myself around a bit, I want to just a hint of this stone, just this kind of corner here, to add that sense of foreground and place. Line my shot up, make sure everything's all nice and straight. Look all around your viewfinder, make sure nothing is at a weird angle. Fantastic. As you can see, just by adding that stonework into the shot, it's given it a real anchor, a very, very strong and powerful sense of place. You really feel like you're here, whereas the one in the middle is pretty good, but it's lacking something. So those work, but they are kind of obvious. Let's go and have a look at something that's a bit more subtle, but very, very simple to do, and will have an immense impact on the sense of place. You remember our disappointing view earlier on? It was disappointing because it was one-dimensional and it was flat, and some of the senses, the feeling, the essence of actually being in a place like this, they were completely missing. What if we could add a piece of foreground to that picture that would put some of that, I don't know, that little je ne sais quoi, that kind of feeling of being here into the picture? Do you know what? In a place like this, it really is pretty simple to do. Let me show you. Now look, we've got a tree either side. We've got this bench and we've got this astonishing view going on down there in the valley. So just by taking 12 paces back this way, what we can do is start to incorporate this into that view. In fact, we can frame the view with it and it will start to really work as an image. Instead of it being something sort of, oh yeah, on to the next one, it'll be a picture that you look at and you think, I'd like to go there. So we're going to come back as far as we can. I'm going to frame it up with a tree on either side of the image and the bench smack in the middle, going beyond into the view, out into the distance. Now, because this is a landscape, I want to get as much depth of field as I can. I want it all nice and sharp, so I'm going to use a small aperture of f/16. There we go, that's set. And then it really is a simple case of focusing just in front of the bench, because that would be the best place to focus to get everything sharp. Make sure everything lines up. You don't want a wonky horizon. Don't just whip your camera up and snap. Look all around the viewfinder and line things up and squeeze the shutter. And bingo. What was a totally forgettable picture has now become something much more interesting and a place that you'd like to go to just by adding a bit of foreground. And because it's a place you'd like to go to, that's what I'm going to go and do now. Ah.